everybody, it's Ian the Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today is National Brutus Day. Beware the Ides of March! Or so I hear. Anyways, welcome everybody to today's video. I could not stop thinking about the foil quill and what all I can do with it, so in today's card I take it to, I feel like the extreme today, and really go hog wild with the foil quill. So let's go ahead and get started with today's card. To start off today's project, I'm going to go ahead and get my Cricut mat set up for the foiling quill from We Are Memory Keepers. If you haven't checked out my review of the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill, make sure to do that because I'll tell you, it definitely surprised me. So as you can see, I'm using it again, and using it on this project is actually, I've got a whole world opened up to me now, and I'm super excited about that. But anyways, that's not for this video. You can check out the review for that video. I'll leave it up in the iCards and down in the description below. But we'll go ahead and get the foil set up. I'm using some Nina Desert Storm 100-pound cardstock with some silver foil. We'll put that on the mat and get it ready to go. Alright, now that my mat is set up and ready to go, it's time to take it over to the foiling quill. Well, I should say over to my Cricut, which has the foil quill in the accessory, which is side A. And I'll go ahead and foil this. I've gotten my design ready on my phone, so all I have to do is open up the Cricut app, and we have our, it's probably going to be really hard to see on the, well, there we go, it brightens up. We're going with Mandala, I don't know how you say that word, but I'm going to use the beautiful design here and foil it, and so we'll go ahead and get that done. Well, the last time I used the foil, I cut with the foil on my paper, and it did just fine. However, this time, yeah, you gotta be careful because it did not like that at all. So, unfortunately, it did tear, and I don't get to do a really awesome reveal, but oh my gosh, look at that! Look how awesome that is. This was the medium-sized tip for the foil quill, and I can't believe how well it came out. So we're gonna get this all cleaned up, and I'll come back once I get all this taken off of my Cricut mat. Okay, here is the card panel all finished out. Wow, just look at that shine. And let's see if I can zoom in for the details in here. I mean, look how detailed this image came out. I freaking love that. Alright, so I'm gonna stop with my love affair with the quill. It came out really well though. Alright, so now we're gonna move on. I'm going to use some Kathy Zielske stamps and dies. This is the, which one is this? This is the Yes You Can stamp set from Kathy Zielske and Simon Says Stamp. Again, thank you Kathy for sending me these. I love them. So, and I love such great sentiments such as yes you can, always be you, be brave, dreams, trust yourself. I also love the little like secondary sentiments, because you do you better than anyone else. I love that one a lot. And you're the hardest working person I know. You've never been more ready to succeed. Such great sentiments for really cheering up a friend or getting them pumped up and ready for maybe an interview or who knows, whatever. So I'm going to use those for today's card, and I'm going to go ahead and grab some white paper to stamp on, and we'll get the stamp platform all set up and ready to go. Okay, I have the Trust Yourself sentiment loaded up here in my Tim Holtz stamp platform. I'm just using some, I think it's like 60-pound cardstock, Recollections, nothing special. And I'm going to be using Versa Fine ink. I love whenever I'm using Versa Fine ink because it gives me a really dark, really crisp impression, usually on the first time. Since new stamps sometimes can give you weird results, I am doing this in my stamp platform just in case, but I have the feeling we're going to get it right the first time. And once I do that, I will then go ahead and pull out my Cricut Cuttlebug, use the coordinating die to cut this out. Alright, Kathy does this all the time on her channel. She'll cut out basically like a template for you to know exactly where everything lines up, and I've done this before on my channel, as well as seen a lot of other designers do it as well, and so I thought, I should probably, you know, make this look more professional by doing it this way. So I'm just gonna try and get everything lined up as best as I can. Whoops, and I'm not doing a very good job of it at the moment, but once it gets lined up, then your die fits in it just like a puzzle piece, and that way you don't have to like wonder about where everything needs to go and line up. It really is, it makes it a lot easier. I hope I did that right. It looks a little weird to me, but honestly it should be fine. And your recipient is not gonna criticize you for a millimeter off. So don't think about that, just throw it on there and you'll be good to go. Okay, this Trust Yourself, it's great, but I feel like it needs something to help bring focus to it. So I pulled out some vellum. This is 40-pound Nina vellum that I will be cutting with my Simon Says stamp stitch circle die. I just want something to oomph it up a little bit more. This is not actually going to cover everything, but I think it's going to help a little bit more. The other die was too big. Like if I went to this size die, it was just too big and you were losing a lot of that beautiful foil. So I wanted to do something a little bit smaller, but still something that will hopefully bring focus whenever we get everything assembled. Alright, I think it's now time to do final assembly of everything. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and mount my card panel onto my card base. Remember, this was Nina 100-pound Desert Storm cardstock. This card base is Nina Solar... Wait, what was it? I've literally said it so many times I don't even remember what it is off the top of my head anymore. It's like muscle memory. Nina Solar White 110-pound cardstock in the classic crest. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my dot liner and get it ready. Ooh, there we go. Get it ready to apply the card panel onto. Okay, I've mounted the card panel to the card base. For those of you who are maybe new to card crafting, whenever I say a card panel, I'm usually referring to the loose piece of paper that I'm using to create on top of, and then if I'm talking about a card base, that's going to be the actual folding part. So just in case you're wondering what those terms mean, that's what they mean. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my circle of vellum and I'm going to find the best placement for my sentiment. I think right there should do pretty well. So we'll put some adhesive on the back of this piece. And we'll put it right in the center. Perfect, just like that. I'm going to flip it over and we're going to add some foam adhesive to the back of this. And I'm going to hide it behind the white paper parts of the sentiment. Dude, I don't know what's been happening lately, but like almost all of my cards lately I've been using foam tape, and I used to be so against foam tape and everything that happens with it. I don't know who I've become, but it's what I don't know. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this right into the center, or try to get it as close to centered as possible. I'm sure other card crafters have all sorts of techniques and tricks to make sure that it's lined up and straight and all that stuff using T-squares and all these things. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Right about there looks good, and oh man. Oh, I really like this. Alright guys, here's today's finished card. I like that vellum. I think that adds just the right amount of pull. This looks like a very simple card, which it is. It's very simple, but I love all the detail hidden inside, and I really like how this one turned out. Okay, I thought I was done, but I'm not. This was bugging me and I had to come back and finish this. I wanted to put because you do better than you do you better than anything else. I feel like that's really got to go on the inside of this card, so I'm going to use some more VersaFine ink and ink up this little sentiment. Most of the time I leave the inside of my cards blank. I typically will not put a sentiment inside, mostly because I like to write my own message on the inside of cards. So I'll leave them blank so that way I can fill them up as much or as little as I want to. But this one is calling for this sentiment, and I think it's gonna be pretty important to put this in. So, oh yeah, that's perfect. This card is now 100% complete. All right guys, now here's the final product. Trust yourself because you do you better than anything else. Love it. I am going to have so much fun playing with the foil quill and seeing what all I can do with it. I can't wait to get all these ideas out of my brain and into reality. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you like my video, and then hopefully YouTube will share it across YouTube land. Also, don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that button down below that says subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and get great updates every time I post a new video or go live by clicking that bell icon. You can also check out my social media pages. Those are listed down below in the description. Make sure to go check those out and get social with me. I hope everybody has a great day, and remember guys, normal's just a setting on the dryer. Bye!